One of the most common things I get asked is how can we achieve all these wonders of human development in the hectic, busy life that parents are leading today with their families? And it is a challenge. If you're like me and maybe you went back to work and so your kids were going into a childcare centre, there are things that you can do as parents to still maximise the child's outcomes. Building resilience in your child looks different at different ages. For the young child under 1,000 days, it's very much about having a one-on-one relationship. A well-established cultural practice in many families, not just our tangata whenua, but I see this in Chinese families and many families around the world, is the role of the extended family in helping with childcare. Especially in the first 1,000 days, your children are probably going to be much better served by being looked after by family members than they are by qualified staff members. So this is a wonderful cultural tradition that supports the family. They're going to be lifelong relationships. So if you have the opportunity to let grandparents or extended family members look after their children in the early years, this is probably the best place for them. If you're not going to be available, if say the grandparents aren't available to look after the child, then choosing a primary care environment where just one person, maybe home-based, where one person is mainly looking after your child. Or if you are going to a centre, look for a centre that offers primary care, where primarily one person is going to be changing your child's nappy, putting your child to sleep. Essentially, your child builds a relationship with that one person and they get many of the benefits they would get from being at home with you. As the child gets older and we're sort of entering into that 3-year-old age group, that toddler age group, the needs become slightly different and the child does benefit from interacting with other children. Play Centre is a great New Zealand institute that gives the children both the advantages of being with adults and with other children. Primarily what you're looking for a child between 3 and 6 is a play-based curriculum. The more the child plays and initiates their own play and chooses what they're doing under the age of 7, the better all of their outcomes are later. Building resilience in your child looks different at different ages. In the first 1,000 days, it's often just about being there. As the child ages, it's about being there for those key crucial moments. At primary school, that might be the end of the year school production. Anything that's really important to your child to have you there. In adolescence, that might be, say, at your son's first breakup. Pretty much follow your child's lead. If it's really important to them and they need you to be there, then follow that and be there. So an employer that embraces flexi time and allows parents to make up those hours at another time, hugely beneficial for everybody, and likely makes the worker a whole lot more productive too. For parents returning back to work and worried about quality time, there are ways to make the time that you do spend with your child much higher quality. There's something in the literature called love bombing, and what this means is that you set aside a 10-minute period every week that's a predictable time, so always at the same time so the child can predict when it's going to happen, and during that 10 minutes you basically let the child lead. You do anything that the child wants you to do. If they want to lie you on your back for 10 minutes and feed you a bottle, then you let them. By allowing a child to be in charge for 10 minutes, I think this is going to give you the sort of quality relationship that you just going about your normal parenting cycle, you might have to spend 2 hours with the child to gain as much quality as you will in this 10-minute space where you let the child lead for the whole time.